Hello everyone. So I know this is the first time that a lot of you are seeing my face, so I wanted to do a little reintroduction. My name is Priscilla and I want to do more sit-down videos because I have not filmed like any content in I think the last 3 weeks. Like the last time I filmed content was when I was doing my study vlog, and I haven't filmed any content since then. So I wanted to make a little bit of a different video, a little bit of a not my typical video, but I thought it would still be fun to do. And so I've been seeing on TikTok a lot of people sharing their learning curriculums, like their personal learning curriculums, and I've been doing this for a while now, but I've never really shared mine or written mine down. So in this video I'm going to be sharing my fall personal learning curriculum just for myself. It's not for any real reason apart from the fact that I think it would be a little bit fun, so that's why I'm doing it. So this is the little notebook that I've been using to plan out all my learning curriculums. I don't have many yet, but this is a Midori notebook, and I put a little cute sticker on it. I think it's so cute. And also, for all of you wondering how I got into this, it was just wanting to learn. I feel like when I don't study or when I don't learn, I feel like I'm getting like brain rot, and so sometimes I'm like, I have to do something, I have to learn something. And by making like curriculums, it just really helps me to concentrate and to prevent my brain from brain rot, and also so I can learn something new, because learning new things can be very interesting. I have not always had a love for learning. I actually didn't really like learning because I used to not have very good grades, so it's kind of weird now that I love learning so much. It's kind of shocking to me, but for anyone that wants to start their own learning curriculum, I would say that the best thing to do, especially when you're starting out, is find one thing to study and focus on just that one thing, or one thing to get better at, because I find that if you overload yourself too much, it can get very overwhelming. And the most important part is that you stick to it and you're learning new things and remembering the things you learn, which is a whole other thing in itself, and I'll try to dive into that a little bit later. A lot of people are asking me how to make your own fall curriculum, so I'm going to tell you how I made mine before we get started. So you can put your curriculum in a journal, or you can do yours digitally. I've seen some people use Notion, so I think that's a really good idea if you don't like taking the time to actually write your own curriculum. I like to do it on paper because I feel like it helps me memorize everything better. And yeah, but start off, I would really recommend starting off with just 1 or 2 things that you want to learn. I would do 1 creative hobby and 1 learning hobby, and try to set little goals for yourself in every month. If you guys want to learn a topic like macroeconomics or psychology or something like that, you can always check out a textbook from the library, or your school probably has textbooks, or you could buy your own or access a digital version. I feel like textbooks can really help, especially with topics like psychology. They're pretty easy just to like read the textbook and take notes. For some more complicated subjects, I really recommend using some course app like Coursera, or there's a bunch of other course apps like Skillshare. You can use apps like those to help guide you on your journey if you don't want to do it completely by yourself. And I think using a course or using something like Skillshare is really helpful if you need some guidance and you don't want to plan everything out yourself. Another option is just putting your hobbies or anything you want to learn into ChatGPT and having ChatGPT create a curriculum for you, and you can just copy that curriculum. So really it's up to you, your personal preference. I prefer to do it myself, but there's so many other ways to do it. So yeah, for financial markets I use Coursera, but I'm also learning macroeconomics. I didn't include macroeconomics in my learning curriculum because I'm actually learning it in school, but I'm using this textbook as I might use it as a complement to financial markets. I think they have some relation. So yeah, this is a notebook that I use that holds all my financial market stuff, also some investing stuff, but I haven't really made this super thorough yet. But I do talk about like some stuff like the types of stocks and preferred stocks and a lot about financial markets. As you can see here, I have started writing notes about financial markets. If you're the type of person who's like, I cannot remember anything, like I don't know how you remember anything, don't worry, I literally forget everything like a few hours after I study it. I'm not even joking to you. I think the most important part is revision, going back and revising what you learned and connecting the concepts to things in your real life. It will really help you to make that connection, but also because I already studied psychology and psychology is a part of financial markets, it's easier for me to understand some concepts. And then for Japanese, I use these two books. I use Genki, the integrated textbook, and I have a little journal that I use to take notes. So in here, I do have a lot of notes about everything in the Genki textbook. I used to study Japanese every morning, and I really want to get back into that because that was really the best time for me to be studying. But anyways, that is my notes. I take notes on everything in the Genki textbook, and then for grammar, I use this book. I'm only about halfway through this book, but I use this, and it just has a bunch of writing exercises that you can do. It just has a lot of writing exercises. It's really good for grammar, and I hope to use it a lot more in the future. And then how I plan out what I'm going to do every day, currently I use the Kinbor 2025. Literally, I'm so sad because I don't remember when, but my Kinbor has this dent in it. I don't know if you guys can see, but look, it makes the paper like dented. I was so sad about that, but I've still been using it despite the damage in the book because I really like the setup of it. And yeah, this is how I plan out everything, what I'm gonna do that day, and if I have any other pressing projects, I put them in this book. It helps me with knowing what to do that day, and it helps me schedule. I also like to write the same things I write in here in my Notion because I don't have my personal Notion when I'm at school, so I usually write down everything here and then transfer it to my Notion at home. But yeah, it's really good for planning out what you're going to do every day so you can stay on track of your curriculum. So I really recommend you get a planner or a Notion. That works too. But let's open up my notebook. I love how this notebook lays flat, by the way. When I open my notebook, I have a little page that has my little hobbies. My camera is inverted, but it says hobbies, and it shows all my creative, all my learning hobbies, or things I want to learn. I mostly focus on my creative and my learning hobbies in my curriculum because physical activity, it's just a given, so I don't really think about writing it down that much. This is my fall learning curriculum, and I break it down into months. And this is what I have planned so far, so I'm gonna show you guys everything I planned. I love the little leaves on mine. I think it's so cute. But I'm going to be going through everything in my fall learning curriculum so that you guys can hopefully take some inspiration from it. So the first month, and I'm starting this in September, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I have 5 things on my fall learning curriculum for the first month. I try to focus on at least 2 creative hobbies and 2 mental hobbies, or 2 creative hobbies and 2 learning hobbies, because I like to keep it a little bit balanced. And if I'm ever working at a cafe or working for long hours of time, I don't want to be studying the entire time. I want to do something creative too to give my brain a little bit of a break. So in month 1, we have crochet as the first thing. I love crochet and I want to get better at it, so I made a curriculum for it. So the first thing I want to do is finish my jellyfish bag that I started. I've made the granny squares for it, but I haven't made all of them and I haven't put them together, and that's going to be a pink bag. And also to make a ocean themed bag, and that one's going to be blue, and I think in total that'll take, I don't know, 12 hours, but I could finish that on a weekend. So I feel like that's pretty light. I'm also a senior now, so I don't want to do too much because I'm also doing college apps. My second thing that I have on my fall learning curriculum for month 1 is drawing. I have a weekly practice. I'm doing anatomy drills, perspective, and style study by looking at other artists and applying their techniques. And for some of these categories, I'm gonna have a final project. Sometimes it's a research paper, sometimes it's like a little bit more creative. It depends like how I'm doing that month. But for my drawing, for month 1, I actually do have a final project. And my final project is to make a polished piece with anatomy and perspective. So next is my reading category. For month 1, I want to finish reading Caraval. I started it, but I think I'm only like 20 pages in, so I have a lot of reading to do. And to read Little Woman because I've had it on my bookshelf for forever and I have not read it yet. So that's also a goal of mine. And for my final project, it is to write a 1-page book review / analysis of both books. Next is my Japanese study. I haven't really been consistent with this, so I'm really hoping that this fall I can really get more consistent with it. I plan to study for only 3 hours a week, and I plan to learn 50 new kanji or vocab. And for my final project, I'm going to write a daily diary entry completely in Japanese. And last thing for month 1 is my financial markets, and I'm going to study this for 2 hours a week. I'm doing a course on Coursera, so it really takes out the friction and really makes it all so much simpler and easier. So I'm not too stressed out about it, and I can kind of focus on other things because I know that I have the entire curriculum for financial markets already planned out. For my final project, I'm going to write a 1-page breakdown about how the stock market works. Now we're moving on to month 2, and in month 2, everything is relatively the same. I don't have anything in month 2 for crochet because I think I'm trying to take a break from crochet, and I will make more big crochet projects in month 3. But for month 2, in my drawing category, I want to design 5 different characters and color in 1 character a week because I don't really work with markers that much. And for my final project, I want to do 1 character design sheet, front, side, expressions, outfit, like everything. Next, for reading, I really want to read Rich Dad, Poor Dad as a complement to learning macroeconomics / financial markets. And for my final project, I'm going to record a video explaining the topics going on in the book. For Japanese, I'm going to review or learn 10 new grammar concepts and study for, again, 3 hours a week. And for my final project, I'm going to read 1 manga book. Financial markets hasn't changed. I'm doing the same old. So now in month 3, I'm back making crochet stuff. So for crochet, my only thing that I want to crochet in month 3 is I want to crochet a wearable crochet top, like something that I can wear. I think I'm gonna do a tank top, but we'll see. I might do one of those like summer tops, but I don't know yet. We'll see how it goes. For drawing, I'm going back to weekly practices. I'm doing full body anatomy drills and also studying different art styles. And for my final project, I'm going to make the same artwork with 3 different art styles. For reading, I want to read 1 classic literature book and read 1 free read because you know, I still need to have like a little bit of fun, so I do want to do a free read. For Japanese, I want to consume 4 hours of Japanese content, whether it's podcasts, YouTube videos, gaming videos, really just anything, and to learn 50 new words, new kanji or new words, it doesn't matter. And then for financial markets, I'm getting a little bit more advanced here. I'm still doing 2 hours a week, but I want to learn about candlesticks and patterns. And for my final project, I want to research and write a 3 to, 6 or 7 page mock report on 1 company. Basically, I'm researching what it does, how it makes money, and the risks involved. I think that's going to be super fun, so I'm really excited for that. And for my last thing, which is herbs and tarot, I want to do a tarot reading every single day, which I've been doing that already, so it isn't anything new, but I do want to make 5 new journal spreads about tarot because I like to draw the tarot and then color it in and then write down the meaning and everything, so I want to do that too. Okay, and for month 4, it's a little bit different because I'm having my finals, so I want to take things pretty easy. So quarterly I try to work on one big project, which is just I literally just spend the entire month doing one thing. Like I just, in all my free time, I just do that, and it can be whatever I want. I don't restrict myself too much. But for month 4, and I'm actually really excited about this because I've wanted to do this for such a long time. I'll probably be doing this after finals, during my Christmas break, so I'm really excited about it, is to read the entirety of Charles Darwin's book, The Evolution of, I forgot what it's called. Is it The Evolution of Human Species or something like that? I saw this book in my library and I've been wanting to do like a research paper, or like I've wanted to read it for so long, and I haven't found the time to, and the book is really thick. I think it's like 500 pages, so I really want to do that and take a lot of notes. So I'm literally gonna dedicate my entire Christmas break to doing that, and I'm so excited for it. I hope you guys were able to take some inspiration from my learning curriculum and maybe apply it to your own learning curriculum. If you guys have any tips on your fall learning curriculums or what you guys do, please let me know, because I would love to hear about it. I love hearing about what other people are learning about, so that is something that I'm really interested in.